Hello gamers, Matt Lemke here with True Gamer Goggles and the guys from DreamPod 9, John Nguyen and Jason Dickerson. I didn't butcher that, did I?
No, that's all right.
Good, good. We're here to talk a little bit about heavy gears, some rules, some fun stuff, maybe some future plans for the company. Good bit of these questions are going to be geared towards Jason, who's the line director. First question we have is, most of you already know about the Southern Field Guide, but you may not know what is going to happen with the Southern Field Guide or the types of changes that are happening. So let's start with roughly, how many pages is it going to be?
It's going to be over 170 pages, probably about 174, 175, so it's going to be the largest Blitz book to date, other than Locked and Loaded.
That's about 20 pages more than Nucoal, right?
Oh, 40 pages. Southern Field Guide and Northern Field Guide are going to be larger just because there's more existing models. Plus, we're adding more models to each of those factions.
So what is the background fluff for the new Southern Field Guide, and what's your favorite piece of it?
The background fluff, first of all, it actually goes all the way back to the founding of the Southern Republic. So the Southern players who just had the Blitz book, the Locked and Loaded book, are actually going to get the complete digest form of Southern history for each of the leagues and the AST. So it starts all the way from the founding of the colony, because Mankind Dominion was first to be colonized. It's actually the first league to be colonized. And it actually just goes until current time. So it actually covers 1951 cycles of Terra-Novan history from the Southern perspective.
And your favorite piece of the new book?
Oh, favorite piece. Yeah, actually, there's some fiction pieces. There's, in fact, there's some secrets revealed in this this book. If you've been a faithful follower of Heavy Gear, there's some things that are revealed somewhat.
You've been reading Primary Solutions and Gear Up.
Yep, read Gear Up. You might get
read Gear Up.
Gear Up. There's comic strips in there that might help you fill in some
blanks.
Fill in some blanks there.
Right.
And what's your favorite piece of fluff in the new book?
I gotta say I really like the vehicle compendium. You're going to have a whole section that's going to be detailed and dedicated to detailing each and every one of the vehicles fielded by the Southern militaries.
As well as the different variants. So.
Right, so you'll have complete developmental history, their deployment history, and just a lot of great fluff, as well as information on the variants.
If you saw Nucoal, it's the same similar format to the vehicle compendium that's in there. So you'll have the vehicle compendium and the loadouts on the opposing page, or at the base of the page for the minor variants.
There's going to be a few more additions to that, though. Can you go into more detail on what those tools are?
I can tell you some of the ones that, the tools. We are going to have a glossary section in the front that actually breaks down some of the naming conventions to help figure out what a long fang version of a gear is, or a razor fang version of a gear is. It'll actually spell out what that actually means. And that'll be in a chart at the beginning of the book. It's going to be quick to reference. The other tools that we're going to have, we're going to start incorporating the page numbers on the actual combat group pages, so you can reference the vehicle page.
Okay, that's good.
So you'll actually be able to reference the variant directly.
Faster is better.
Yeah. So we're trying to make it a little bit more user-friendly after some feedback from Nucoal. So.
The threat value and the priority levels in the regiment builds, are they going to go the same route as Nucoal?
That's correct. It's using a new construction system, which strips out a lot of the legacy RPG threat values that had nothing to do with the war game. They were just incorporated into the original design. Those are getting stripped out and being remastered underneath the new threat value construction. The regiment builds will be present. The leagues will actually provide new bonus options. And there are some actually league-specific combat groups that will be available, along with some new models that are faction-specific to the sub-factions. In fact, some of them, one of them was previewed at the Gen Con this year.
Right. Oh, the Drake.
Oh, no. The Ferdinand. Ferdinand is a Southern Republic exclusive. It's an Honor Guard unit. Right. And there's actually some expanded fluff on that will be pretty amazing. I think the players will like it. It ties into the Southern Civil War, the Southern Republic Civil War, and the end result of what came out of that. So.
Basically. brand new, spanking, never
New
before
stuff.
seen
Yes,
demonstration.
brand new stuff. That's good. So, with the Southern Field Guide being so close, what is on the horizon?
I can't go into specifics, but I will give you a hint. The Army starts with a P and ends with an F.
That's the last word starting with an F.
Last word. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a word, people. It's a word. So what about, with the changes that are happening with all the construction builds, is Leagueless on its way out completely?
No, actually, if you notice in Nucoal, there are legalist rules that are tied into Nucoal. What we're going to do is we're actually in the process of reworking the legalist rule set behind the scenes. We will release the legalist as a PDF that can be downloaded. So each of the Terra Nova factions will actually have special rules that are tied to legalist. So there'll be flavors attached to each league. So there'll be a legalist that's attached to the north, there's a legalist attached to the PRDF, legalists attached to the south that are actually very much flavorful to the faction. So it's still legalist, but you're going to get a little bit more flavor, a little bit better access if you play a specific type of factional association.
So, but Leagueless as we know it in Blitzed, Lock and Loaded,
It's getting tweaked. But the current list is legal.
But will you still be able to play one that's unaligned?
Well, the unaligned ones, the closest thing you'd probably get to that would be like the Badlands, because they kind of get sandwiched between the north and south. But even in the current rules, you have to have a sponsoring member state. So.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. Now, the rest of these questions are going to kind of be geared towards just what their interests are in their own game that they make.
Yeah.
So we'll start with John, and we'll ask him, what's your favorite faction in the game?
Well, my first love, I'll say, is the North. I was attracted first to heavy gear because of the Grizzly, right? It's the big giant support gear, right? So, guess what? Belongs to the North. That's why I played, and I played that for many years to college. So, afterwards, pretty much spread out my interests.
So you've been playing
Diversify.
heavy gear for a while.
I've been playing heavy gear since '98.
That's a while. That's like
Yeah.
almost since its conception.
Yes. Yes.
And yours is the South, right?
That's right, I'm a Southern boy.
Yeah, and his
Also have to
favorite
be,
gear is the ass.
There you go.
Yeah, I am the president of the Save the Ass Society, so I successfully got
But
my...
he doesn't own more than my buddy.
That's true, your buddy is insane.
110 ass.
110 ass. That's a whole Pinot battalion.
Yeah, I like my ass, but not that much. Oh, by the way, there is a new piece of artwork featuring the asp, and it is quite possibly the most amazing piece of artwork in the book.
Right.
But
The asp is also featured in one of our new products, the 60mm
That's
jungle
true,
base.
yes.
it's been destroyed.
We don't need to tell them that.
No, it's submerged,
It's
waiting for an
submerged.
opportunity.
It's a ninja
Right.
ass.
Yes,
It's waiting for an opportunity to be revived.
there you go.
Oh, strike.
So some mercenary grabs it and salvages it.
And then we're going to go into, what's your favorite historical era of the game?
Ooh, hard tell.
That's kind of loaded.
That is.
Well, you see, there's quite a few historical periods. Most of the stuff's played either in the Interpolar War or the current War for Terra Nova. I kind of have a liking for the pre-Terra Nova time period because there's a lot of mystery and intrigue set in that time period that ties directly into current history. A lot of players kind of have been putting it two and two together, but there's still a lot to be explored and revealed.
Each period has its own mystery. For me,
flavor,
anyways,
yeah.
a little flavor to it. Like you have the Judas syndrome, right? That was pretty much Cold War era. And Interpolar War was getting pretty hot at that point. Right? You have this period of detente between the War of the Alliance, leading up to the Interpolar War. You got that other period right after the Interpolar War where forces are getting back together again and sending off Black Talon teams looking for what's going on with the Earth, right? And then, of course, you have all hell breaking loose with the War for Terra Nova.
Yeah. And the timeline does advance a little bit more, and you do find out what some of the things have been happening in the South.
Right. And then so you have, with the field guides, what we hope to do is flesh out what's been going on between the destruction of Peace River, which has been canon since the inception of the game, to what's going on right now for the War of Terranova. And we're trying to tie back to what happened centuries before. And, you know,
And I will tell you that the name of the field guide is called Forged in Fire, so there's going to be some things burning up in the South. And that's coming from a Southern player, so I wasn't just being
Forged in
vicious.
fire. So
well, the
they
South
get
did
their
invade its
butts
neighbors.
kicked, and then they get revenge.
Well, it's also an allusion to how the South was formed.
And that's true too.
Well, I'm still learning
Plus, we're a bunch
my
of
heavy gear
Pyromaniacs.
background.
Right, Pyromaniacs.
Pyromaniacs.
There's
Yes.
a lot of fluff in this game. It is rather overwhelming. And for somebody who has to do a lot of reading, he's having a hard time getting caught up on what he wants to read.
Original RPG title had about 80 titles, I believe.
Yeah.
Roughly about 80 books, and most of that's loaded with fluff. So it was an RPG, so it's fluff heavy. And
So
tactical stuff.
What is your favorite gear? Oh, the Grizzly. You already-
Grizzly,
You already
right.
said that. So I guess that pretty much concludes it, unless they want to share more direction for where DreamPod 9 is going, what kind of plans they have on all fronts of their adventures.
Well, we can't go into too many details, but we did recently sign a deal with Stompy Broad Productions to create a video game.
Right.
And I believe, Matt, you're going to try to talk with...
I'm going to try and lasso an interview with Stompy Bot.
So maybe
At Gen
Bill
Con,
shares.
right, we're going to have one of the Stompy Bot member of their development team at our booth. And so we're going to come by and see if Matt can lasso him for 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5
And
minutes.
just to let you Gamer Goggles guys know, if you go to Stompy Bot's Facebook page and like it, you can download Heavy Gear Arena's PDF for free. And it's a limited time offer, so go check it out.
Okay, that's good. What about tournament scene? How do you see that going forward? Do you have any big plans? I mean, I'm not saying big plans like a world championship or anything like that,
But at Gen Con, Saturday at Gen Con, I'll be running the U.S. Masters Championship. So I'm expecting veteran players to come by and levy for the title of U.S. Master Champion.
and you do that every year, correct?
Every year we do it at Gen Con, so get practicing in your local groups. Come on down to Gen Con.
And it's 1,000-point threat value,
This year is about 750.
and it's set up for any priority level, right?
Right.
Matt Lemke with John Nguyen and Jason Dickerson at Gen Con 2012. It is the right, yeah, it's the right year.
It's been a long 2 days, right?
Yeah, and I've only been here for a day and a half. Thank you, sir. And we will be back in touch with you shortly. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ed.